The deadline is we want to get this done as soon as possible. Obviously, you know, we'd love it to be Thursday. We'd love to, but ultimately, the important point today is that we have made substantial progress. We've really moved forward. So I feel very optimistic.
I want to confirm that we have a very productive first session with distinguished American delegation. We have very good progress, and we are moving forward to the just and lasting peace.
Well, I'm not going to get into the details on the issues. This is a very delicate moment, and it's important. Like I said, there's not agreement on those yet. Some of it is semantics or language. Others require higher level decisions and consultation. Others, I think, just need more time to work through. As an aside, I will mention that there were items that we were discussing as part of the original 28, or it evolved. This is a living, breathing document. Every day with input, it changes. There were some that involved equities or the role of the EU or of NATO or so forth. And those we kind of segregated out because we just met with the national security advisors for various European countries. And those are things we'll have to discuss with them because it involves them. So we sort of really focused on the ones that were bilateral in nature for the most part. So there are a couple, none of it insurmountable. I can tell you that the items that remain open are not insurmountable. We just need more time than what we have today. I honestly believe we'll get there.
So has Ukraine indicated to you that it's prepared to compromise, for instance, on some of those key issues like territory in exchange for peace with Russia? Have they suggested that they are prepared
well,
to
I'm not going to, look, it's not because for purposes of evasion. It's just, I'm not going to get into the details of the topics that were discussed because this is an ongoing process. What is important to understand and how these things work is you have to, in order to have a proposal, you have to write it. You know, if it's just verbal, it's in the air. You have to put it down on a piece of paper, and just because it's printed on a piece of paper doesn't indicate finality. So you get input, and based on that input, you make adjustments, and then you get more input, or you make a counteroffer, and you get more adjustments. That's an ongoing process. There's a lot more of that to happen. So I'm not going to speculate or go into the details of any of the specific items in the latest version of the proposal, because, frankly, by tomorrow or the next day, that may have evolved and changed further. And but I can tell you, that I feel very optimistic that we can get something done here because we made a tremendous amount of progress today.
What are you going to tell President Trump about the attitude of Ukraine? What are you going to tell President Trump about the attitude of the Ukrainians during these negotiations?
Oh, it was very positive. I'm telling you, today was the most productive day we have had.
They were ungrateful earlier.
Well, today, and we've talked to him since. I think he's quite pleased at the reports we've given him about the amount of progress that's been made. Well, obviously the Russians get a vote here, right? So, I mean, look, we began from the early stage of this process with our understanding of the Russian position as had been communicated to us in numerous ways. At the State Department, we received numerous written non-papers and things of this nature, also verbally, things they've discussed over time and so forth. So it was, no matter what we came up with today, obviously we now have to take what we come up with, if we can reach that agreement with the Ukrainian side, to the Russian side. That's another part of this equation. They have to agree to this in order for this to work.
What about new deadline? Will be new deadline, or it's...
The deadline is we want to get this done as soon as possible. Obviously, we'd love it to be Thursday. We'd love to, but ultimately the important point today is that we have made substantial progress. We've really moved forward. So I feel very optimistic that we're going to get there in a very reasonable period of time very soon. Whether it's Thursday, whether it's Friday, whether it's Wednesday, whether it's Monday of the following week, we want it to be soon, because people are going to, between today and the time we deal with this, more people are going to die. More destruction is going to happen. Our goal is to end this war as soon as possible, but we need a little more time.
I want to confirm that we have a very productive first session with distinguished American delegation. We have very good progress, and we are moving forward to the just and lasting peace. Ukrainian people deserve and want this peace more than anyone in this planet. We thank our big friends, United States, and personal President Trump and his team to their commitment to bring this peace. And we will continue to work today, as Secretary said. We will be working and in coming days to join proposals, and we will also will engage our European friends. And of course, the final words will be of our leaders, of the President of United States and Ukraine. And I hope that we can achieve the good progress today.
Today is a day of many meetings and negotiations. In fact, since the morning, there have been calls, meetings, and consultations. The Ukrainian delegation in Geneva has already held a number of meetings with the American side, also with our European partners. Just now, the delegation reported on the outcomes of the conversations. And these were substantive conversations. A lot is changing. We are working very carefully on the steps needed to end the war. Today, negotiations in Switzerland will continue. In fact, the teams will be working until late at night, and there will be more reports from them. It is important that there is a dialogue with the American representatives. And there are signals that President Trump's team is hearing us. There are still many messages. Everyone is supporting, giving advice, providing information. I want to thank everyone who is giving this help to us, to all of Ukraine. And it is important to ensure that the steps to end the war are effective and that everything works properly. Ukraine has never wanted war. We will never be an obstacle to peace. Diplomacy has been activated, and that's good. Very good. We expect that the result will be the right steps. The first priority is lasting peace, guaranteed security, respect for our people, and respect for everyone who gave their life defending Ukraine from Russian aggression.